Ooh, I just learned something new. But anyways, that's besides the point. What's up, everybody? Gonna be going over some charts that I was looking at this morning. Let me close the door so I don't wake up my daughter. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right, so DXY, DXY, DXY. So DXY here has gone bearish and is done from up here where I mentioned to sold for the past 3 days. It has been going bearish, which I like to see. Well, one thing that I have concern over, and let me just take off this chart real quick because this is something I was looking at on my phone. This is the only issue that I have with Euro USD right now. It is at this little support right here that is came down and touched multiple times before going up. Now, that's not me telling you that this may or may not go up, because likewise on this side, we have almost the same thing. Let me lower this. We have the same thing to the upside as well, right? And so price has just been ranging ever since March, like March 27th of March. Price has just been ranging in this little area. Price is still technically bullish, but I think that price is going to make a decision here. It's going to either A, go up to retouch here again, or B, and then to come down and then break, or B, which is what I really want to see and which lines up with everything that arbitrage has, is continue down, retest to make a continuation to the downside. Now, that is what I'm hoping is going to happen. I really want price to continue falling, but like I said, I'm watching for this little area in range, because price could very well just keep on ranging and keep on going. But enough of that. Based off of this, price should really still continue going lower, which if price comes down, hits this lower danger zone, climbs back up to retest, and then continue going down, then that matches up with what I had with this support right here. That is what I would want to see for the DXY. But like I said, we could possibly start to see price go the other way, and that's because on the 4-hour time frame, when we had the sell, obviously price came up, retested the lower danger zone, came back down, but it's still at this 2 deviation spot right here. That's one thing that I'm looking at. And then on the 1-hour time frame, prices came up, faked out for the buy, dropped down for the sell a little bit, and I'm just not 100% sure if price is going to drop right now, right this second. Although the sell does still look solid, everything still lines up for the sell. We're about to get oversold on the hourly very shortly, though. If price continues going down, we will get an oversold sign, like right here. But overall, DXY, I still want it to sell. I'm still bearish on it, but I'm just being careful at this point, because like there's no real entry for me to get into a sell for DXY, personally speaking, unless price comes back up to retest this mean line, which I really don't want it to, because if it does, then most likely it'll just go back up and start ranging some more. So yeah, that's for the DXY. Euro USD. Euro USD on the daily time frame, it's already showing that it's overbought. This is the first overbought sign, which is telling you that you want to take partials. So if you happen to be able to get into that trade that I have called for Euro USD on Sunday, if you were able to get on that, I do highly suggest that you start looking to take partials, if not take all your profits. Let me look for the trade that I had over here. I think I removed it, but that's besides the point. Like I said, if you took this trade from right here to up there, currently you're up about 170 pips. I would personally take my profits, honestly speaking. Those couple of other pips, like what is it till TP that I had? It's not like 40 pips. It's okay. I'm not going to go ahead and lose risking 170 pips for 40 pips because I think that this is probably going to end up turning around. Go to the 4-hour time frame. Price is currently at the 2 deviations up, which is a sign that price may start reversing, although they are still pointing up, and the RSI line is still showing a possibility that price could continue going higher, but I'm still not personally feeling it, so I'd personally wait on buying Euro USD. I wouldn't want to buy up here because if price just end up dropping from here, then yeah, you're in hella negative. So I'm more looking for if price does break out and keep going to the upside, then that's perfectly fine. That's cool, because then what I'll look for is actually, let me just go to the 4-hour and show it, or daily, because it looks exactly like the DXY, just backwards. But if I were to take this and this off, bring my little box right here, it's kind of the same thing right here that we see from the DXY. So what I would want for price to do is for it to, break through, retest, continue going upwards, which matches up perfectly with the RSI line. I want price to break through the RSI line. I mean, not the RSI line, the upper danger zone right here. I want price to break through it, retest, to keep going to the upside for a continuation for the buy. Because overall, like I said, I want to buy Euro USD because I think the DXY is going to drop. But that's overall wise, right? Let's go look. I want to actually look at the 3-day time frame. Just look at what 3 days looks like on Euro USD. So you see what the 3 days look like, right? We have prices just cleared through this RSI line. So if we get the breakout like I want, then most likely we'll get the retest of this mean line, and then price continues going higher. Now, I'm not saying that it will happen, but that's what I'm watching for. But personally, this is already showing signs of overbought. So like I said, you probably want to take your profits around here. Let's go over to GBP USD. GU. So like I mentioned, I didn't mention it in Slack, but what I've been seeing is that price, like I said, came up to this RSI line. Came and touched it twice. I still want to see GU drop. And if the US dollar does actually decide that it's not going to go bearish, if it's not going to drop, then this is going to most likely do this move right here. Because even though the US dollar has been rising, like this candle, this is the candle that the DXY really moved, it never still broke through this RSI line. So I'm still looking for sells on GU, personally speaking. On the look at this. Price came, touched the 2 deviations, drop some more. Yeah, I'm looking for more sells than buys, and I think the 1 hour might be setting up for the sell. Oh, it already went for the sell. Never mind. GU, I'm not really falling for this possible buy right here, but I'm just like, man, I'm just iffy about GU. I still want it to drop personally. So GU, that's something I'm going to be watching for a potential sell, even possibly right here, because this is just looks like a break. This is just this RSI line that's making me not want to sell this. So I'm just going to be patient and wait, but I think this is going to drop. GBP AUD, I'm just going through these pairs real quick. I'm not going to take too long. GA just been consolidating. Thought I was going to get the buy yesterday, didn't end up getting it. Still consolidating, still waiting. Don't really want to trade this right now. But this, it just looks it's just down here for so long. But it looks like it's setting up on the daily time frame as well. So like I said, I really want to buy this, but I'm waiting for it because it's not giving me any opportunities to buy. Look, it faked me out once. I didn't get in. Got another fake out right here. Got another fake out right here. Waiting, because that's all. I don't have any confirmations telling me that it is gonna buy. I mean, we had some type of confirmations back up here, but those were all fake outs, like I said. So GA, gonna stay away from it personally. Euro NZD. Euro NZD might look like it actually wants to go bearish after it did go bullish, but I'm iffy on it. I'm still iffy on it. Price ended up coming down to the lower danger zone, although it's still at the same exact area right here. So iffy on Euro NZD. Don't really want to trade it. Personally speaking, want to stay away from it right now. Let's go to USD JPY. Still tormenting me. I see it's still at this mean line right here, and it's still respecting it. I still think this is gonna drop. Like I mentioned the other day, the only way I'm getting out of this trade is if price breaks through all this up here. Price breaks through, I'm out the trade. Until then, I'm still holding for the sell. I actually ended up getting a position up here at 107.850, so I'm happy about that. But like I said, USD JPY is kind of questionable. I'm only holding it because of my hard-headedness, but on the 15-minute, we do see that price does look like it wants to drop. 1 hour time frame, it's struggling to make a decision. 4 hour time frame, definitely calling for the buy, but like I said, I'm not getting out of this trade. I'm okay with losing these 40 or 50 pips, whatever it is. But until price breaks through here, I'm not getting out of this trade. I'm okay with losing the pips. Like, the risk reward is decent. So I'm like, if I lose, I lose. It is what it is. That's part of trading. Because I know that if price does break through this mean line, it's going to just keep going bullish. So that's perfectly fine. And with the US dollar, that I'm saying, I'm suspecting that it might retrace a little bit or break through, whatever one it does. If it does retrace, then USD JPY is going to go up. So that being said, just being patient, just watching out for it. USD CAD made some nice money off of this move. Move right here. Like I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but I would be looking to take some partial profits, but this just tanked. Let me see how many pips this was when I called for the sell. That's about like 300 pips overall that it went, but right now it's currently at 265. I've taken all my profits off of USD CAD. That was a really good trade for me. And so, yeah, I expect that. Wait, hold on. Let me go through this a little bit more. We have that it looks like it's oversold on the daily time frame, on the 4 hour time frame. We could also see that prices at these there's a 2 deviations down. So I expect that price might start to retrace back up. So like I mentioned, if you are in this trade, you might want to get out and look on the hourly what we have here. This is actually something I might look to get into. But I need my confirmations to all line up. But we have prices currently looking like it's going to go bullish down over here as well. If we look at this, yeah, this is showing me that this is probably going to go bullish. Let me go on to, why do I only have it on one? Anyways, let me go to my regular apocalypse bands. Put this on the 5-minute. Yeah, on the 5-minute time frame as well, we have the buy call, which doesn't surprise me one bit. Which I might actually, yeah, UCAD looks very good. All I'm waiting for realistically is for this to cross through up here, and then I'm on go mode with UCAD. But for now, watching for the buy. If anybody wants to get into this buy, you are more than perfectly welcome on doing that. But I don't have my, well, this looks like it's about to cross right now. So again, UCAD looks very solid for a buy right now. I'm going to go ahead and actually copy this so that when I'm done, I could be able to share it with everybody. But yeah, UCAD looks like it's possibly going to buy, in my opinion. See all these fake outs that we have right here, avoid it on this side. And then when you have a lot of fake outs right here, most likely you avoid it on this side. That's how I use these. So yeah, let's look for GPJPY. I don't really trade that. Actually, no. Let's look at Euro JPY. Didn't want to look at it over there, but I still see it setting up for the sell. So EJ, I've been wanting to sell it for a little bit. I had the fake out right here. Thought I was going to get in, but I never did. I'm glad I didn't. Price ended up soaring back up. It looks like we have some type of triple top up here on the hourly time frame. So I do want to see EJ continue to drop. Let's go on the daily time frame and look at the overall trend. And for us to sell, it'd be really kind of stupid of us right now because we see that price is very, very much bullish. I want to see what it does up here at the upper danger zone before taking the sell on it. But if this hourly lines up for the sell, then I'll go ahead and get in for the sell. Let's go ahead and take a look at USD Mexican. Thank you. This is what I want to talk about. All right, so USD Mexican, been eating off of this trade. It looks like it's oversold, just like how USD CAD looks like it's oversold. 1 hour time frame. Now, this is why yesterday I mentioned that you might want to take most of your profits, if not all of your profits, off of USD Mexican. But one thing that I want to pay attention to is how price did buy. It said it's overbought at such a short distance, and now it's looking like it wants to sell again. So if you did take most of your trade off of USD Mexican, just keep holding it because this could still potentially drop. It looks like it might keep going bullish, but I'm just going to go ahead and hold it. The 4 hour time frame. Once price probably crosses through here, that's when I probably would take all of my profits off of USD Mexican. I have like about 20% of my trade running, and this, like I said, this sell, it was really great. Price could continue dropping, but like I said, I've taken most of my profits so that the trade doesn't come and bite me back in the ass. Would probably expect something like this to happen. Price come up to retest the mean line, continuation to the downside. If it does do that, hey, I'll get another entry. That'd be actually pretty solid for me. But other than that, guys, those are the pairs I usually look at. I don't really care for looking at other pairs without getting almost forgot about the Dow Jones. All right, so Dow Jones Industrial, I was, like I mentioned yesterday, I was planning on selling it where it was, but then I saw that price really turned around, especially on SPX 500. It turned around and did a complete 180. So I'm like, maybe the sell isn't necessary, but I like where price is at for everything still. It still lines up with this that I'd mentioned. Let me start from up here. Price is still in this area where it could possibly jump 71%, in between 61.8 Fibonacci area and the 71% Fibonacci. I'm definitely looking at the Dow Jones to drop and die. Well, not die, but I do expect it to drop. But we'll see how that plays out. SPX 500, literally the same exact thing. And it's showing that it's overbought on the daily time frame. Like I said, it just turned around yesterday, but I still expect the same thing. I want price to respect this upper danger zone, keep dropping. NAS 100, they all look the same to me personally, except NAS 100 always outperforms the rest because NAS 100 deals with technology, stuff like that, and technology is always on the rise. But as soon as this starts to, it hasn't really gone anywhere compared to looking at US 30 or SPX 500. It's just been consolidating for the past 5 days here. So want to see how that plays out. Gold is what I'm going to look at last. I'll do some crypto analysis later on. But gold daily time frame, it's still setting up for this sell. It's still setting up for this sell. 4 hour time frame, it's still setting up for this sell. Yeah, gold looks like it might want to drop realistically. It's still setting up for the sell. Look, 17.19 price dropped down to 16.95 yesterday, came back up, retesting this RSI line. If it holds here, just like Mike Thorwer said, I think it's going to end up selling some more. And the daily setting up for the sell. For 1 hour time frame, look at price came up, showing that it's oversold, respecting the upper danger zone. Yeah, I'm low-key looking for sells on gold, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to hit me up in the chats or anything like that, and hope everybody has a wonderful day. Hope everyone has a wonderful trading day. Deuces.